stewards giving drive-through penalty to Sainz who had issues with the pit lane speed limiter. Think different Red Bull 2025. Does nothing. Car up his ass. Breaking. George Russell to miss Sao Paulo Grand Prix due to McLaren car still being stuck in his ass. How Oscar's title fight is going. Could you not be yourself for 5 minutes? For 5 minutes. They've just restocked the festive snacks. Vettel in Red Bull vs Vettel in Ferrari. Alex Albon every time he leaves a meeting with his race engineer, F you and I'll see you tomorrow. Coming to terms that Max will not get World Drivers' Championship this year. Interlagos 2025 Red Bull Racing line. Red Bull, create your own path. Lando is better than Max. Dial 911, tell the police to get up here quick, somebody's about to get killed. F1 fans raging about the VSC, Max who couldn't care less. You, when you submit your meme at the link below, you know, I'm something of a humorist, myself. And then, Lando crossed the line in championship winning position. Max fans after VSC in Mexico, FVSC, it was not needed, will lose World Drivers' Championship. Lewis Hamilton fans. First time. Lando when he has an amazing race. What happened? I blacked out. VSC ruining the race. Despite Sainz had put his car outside of the track, its rear end was still within the track. To deal with this issue, the Mars holes had no choice but to enter the track, thus prompting the VSC. Live from McLaren team meeting. I volunteer to be the #1 driver to fight Max. God, so you know how some sins are unforgivable? How to sneak into McLaren's garage and cause lasagna gate. Low effort but somebody had to do it. They are still checking. Netflix, ESPN, Sky Sports, sponsors, F1. Three-way tie into Abu Dhabi. McLaren and Ferrari going forward. Our friendship is built on our mutual distrust of Verstappen. How to choose the perfect choker. McLaren. This one sparks joy. This one does not spark joy. Does a lot. P4. How Oscar wants his car. He car McLaren gave him. When you win the Mexican Grand Prix by 30 seconds. First World Drivers' Championship. Lando. Pit stops. McLaren. Max. Oscar Piastri World Drivers' Championship. Zach Brown. Apply papaya rules for both drivers or draw 25. Zach Brown. Lando. Zach Brown. Oscar. When you know Mad Max came back cause Horner left, but just can't prove it. Lando. I'm going to change the world. Lando, you're gonna win the World Drivers' Championship, right? For the better, right? For the better, right? Therapist. Verstappensaurus Max isn't real. He can't hurt you. Verstappensaurus Max. Nobody knows I'm George Russell. Grandstands FP1. Random person in the stands during a race weekend be like, I need to pee. Leaked footage of Max Verstappen move on Oscar Piastri in turn 5 for Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2025. Colorized. Championship slipping from your hands. Just say no. Championship legally cannot slip from hands without your consent. McLaren right now. Which Checo are you? Senor Checo. Winner Checo. Angry Checo. Checo with dog. Poo poo Checo. F1 2016 cursor Checo. Leclerc introducing himself at group therapy sessions. I have the longest contract in the history of Scuderia Ferrari. We miss Prime Checo. Never fear, the Nacho Rustler is here. How I look at Zach Brown when Oscar has slow pace. Max Verstappen is behind Max Verstappen, Crofty. I'm here for the 8th position. When you know McLaren somehow cheated to get Norris on pole, but you can't prove it. Lando Norris? Everyone else, Lando Norris. I dislike Lando as much as the next guy, but gotta give him props, what a drive. Complains about everything. P7. Verstappen. Virtual safety car. Leclerc. Max, you can't defeat me. Charles. I know, but he can. Virtual safety car. Bearman podium. Max podium. Frick FIA. All my homies hate FIA. Lando. Oscar. T-Max. Vampire. Sunlight. Superman. Kryptonite. FIA. Last lap battles. Lando Norris won the race, to the surprise of nobody. Does everything. 10-second penalty. Finishes P8. Hard to swallow pills. Lewis Hamilton's podium chances for this season are now over. First podium. Hamilton. 10-second penalty. Bearman finishing in P4 today. What? I'm goated. Haas realizing that if Verstappen had pitted for a second time, they would have gotten their first podium. We were on the verge of greatness, we were this close. George Russell, I'm faster, can you please let me pass? Mercedes, no, you can try to pass him on track. Russell, I said let me pass you mother freakers. Team Lewis Hamilton, when the FIA gave their driver a 10-second penalty, costing them a first Ferrari podium. What a joke. The 10 seconds. What a joke. Ferrari are at it once again. They saw that Lewis went off the track, gained an advantage on Max, and they did absolutely nothing. This is absolute sabotage at its finest. It seems like they did not care about their other driver. Lando's honest reaction to being booed by the Mexican fans. Yes, very sad. Anyway. POV, you are Lando Norris every time you are trying to speak during the post-race interviews. Stop the count. Your day if you subscribe and like this video.